Yeah, yeah. I got melanin. Oh yeah. I got melanin. You mad? We got melanin. 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 I got melanin.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jazz
What's good? It's Nick, and this is Melon Cole.
podcast. We give y'all the entertainment from our goofy personalities, a discussion on life, and while showing out for the culture.
Today we are talking about shows that influence little black girls like us. Before we get into it though, Jazz, what black TV show had the hardest theme song that you ever seen or
Mm,
heard?
now that's a hard one. That's hard. But I gotta go with The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. You can't lie and say Will Smith ain't do his thing on that song. You hear, now this is a story. Everybody starts singing. It's iconic. It's iconic. But that's mine. What about you?
For me, it's more so you got Living Single and you got A Different World. Living Single, now they gave you choreography, they gave you lyrics, they gave you the queen, period. And then you got A Different World. Now the whole theme song, A Different World theme song, is just like it screams HBC to me, and me going to an HBCU, the best thing out. It's just like my theme song, basically. Here, every time I step on campus, it's like I feel like I'm in a different world because it's different from what we're used to. But like, not even kept playing. Like, if you think about it, black shows really influenced us when we were little kids. Like, and there weren't even a lot. Well, there were a lot, but there weren't a lot on TV at the time. Like, you would see like a lot of reruns.
That's true. Cause I know a lot of like the shows like Moesha and all of them, there was all reruns when we was little. Even like now, the reruns we was watching is that like just new ones just for us to see and stuff.
They're different. They're really different. It's like you don't have a lot of dark skin character leads anymore. Like, not a lot of them. I'm saying they're still there, but they're not a lot. Like, now you see like black girls either playing sidekick somehow on the show, and it's like we don't have as many shows just for us.
Yeah, and it's really disappointing because like they can make some bomb shows with a black lead character, and I think once holds it back though is like the stereotypes people try to like adhere to, and it's just like
Mm-hmm.
all black girls are different. Like we don't all just fit one mold.
You got they like now you see they either you got bougie or you got the loud on, like, not, well, I wouldn't say they do that now, but I mean those are some of the stereotypes they kind of teeter on, basically. And I guess it kind of, it's not what we like, the classics that we liked and stuff. That's not like A Different World. They gave us that whole thing of, okay, you got college.
Mm-hmm.
A Different World made you want to go to college. You can't even say it didn't.
A different world makes like, dang, I need to get to these books. I need to make it because of like.
You would have thought him in college was real, basically. But now, since we get into the shows, what character did you feel like could nobody mess with? Like, that character embodied you, and wasn't nobody seeing that character?
Let's see. Okay, so we talking characters. I feel like couldn't nobody top my girl number 5 from Codename Kid Next Door. Couldn't nobody. Ain't no one top her. Like this had it all. She was confident. She knew what she wanted to do. She knew she was a boss. She owned her own. She just knew who she was, and I love the fact that they portrayed her still as a child. Like when it comes to black kids in different shows, a lot of times they make them like so super mature and kind of forget that they're still kids. But no, like they showed that yeah, she's still a kid. She still has her emotions, and always just show her as this like always put together type of person. Like, she did have her breakdowns. Now, in the end, she did put herself back together and got the job done because that's the queen she is. But it's like that aspect of her still being a child was not missing. I loved that. It gave a realness to her. And did I lie? I didn't lie. I don't see a lie. Not one.
I promise you, you overanalyze her so much, and that's okay.
Okay, because that's how I see her, and that's why nobody can top her.
It's the way I know if this sweatshirt ever goes missing in my closet, who has it. Anyway, now if we're talking characters now, cartoon characters. Susie Carmichael, couldn't nobody step to her. Now, granted, Susie Carmichael, you know, she wasn't on the shot, but she really did it for me. She really helped me out because it was just like you didn't see a lot of dark skinned cartoon characters, and you know Susie Carmichael was what every black girl basically was looking like a little bit in the early 2000s stuff. You know, the little twist.
Everybody had them. Everybody.
Girl. The twist with the little bows on the end, the colorful dresses and stuff with the leggings under it. Like, that was common. That was stuff that we wore. And it was just like she portrayed dark-skinned girls, and she portrayed them well because they didn't make her like no type of stereotypical kid. She wasn't bad. She wasn't like she wasn't rowdy. She wasn't Angelica. Let's just say that. She wasn't Angelica. Because Miss Angelica did the most. Every time.
That's between Angelica and Susie. Susie was about that action. Angelica, she was all talk and no action.
That is because Angelica knew who to mess with. She knew to mess with them babies. Don't ever go mess with Susie. Because Susie wasn't going to mess with, like, Susie. People tried to make it where they thought Susie was oblivious to the fact that Angelica low-key didn't like her, but Susie knew. Susie knew. It's just like even when they got older, Susie was like you know, all grown up when they did that. Susie and Angelica most of the time were competing against each other, and that it was like that started from when they were little, and it kept going. I'm just like, Susie knew that Angelica could not step to her. And no matter how much Angelica thought that she was just up there high and mighty with her little Cynthia doll, it wasn't never gonna work.
Ain't. I heard her. But those are the carriages. Now, which show though do you think like it was just your show? Like you claimed like that was it. That was the show.
Now, if we talking shows, like we talking like That's So Raven and all of those shows, I have to give it to True Jackson VP.
That's a good one.
It's because True Jackson she was like the VP of a fashion company. Like, he sees you just out and about, and he say, "You got style." Like, that shows what we've been saying. We're the blueprint. Period.
They try to be us.
And it's just like he saw the potential in her, and it's just like she was still in high school. Like she was still like teetering on graduation. I think she didn't really say what grade she was in, but she was like a sophomore at most, I think. Looked like about. But it was just like, you see this girl out and about, and you just love her style, so you just like, I'm giving you a job in my company. You can be a vice president. Not you can work as my assistant, you can do this, you can do that. No, you're the vice president. Come on, do your thing. I also liked how it was basically, it went beyond the company at times because it went with stuff that was going on in like her personal life too. Like, let's talk about the time her mom, like either her mom or her dad, I cannot remember which one it was, but one of her parent like guardians at the time, they were just like, you can't stay in that stay working for that company if you don't get your grades together, because basically she still had that whole thing of maybe you go to college, what you gonna do with your life, you can't stay at the company forever. So they had that, even though you making money or something, you doing your thing.
Always gotta have always gotta have another plan. Like always be able to like be on your grind while also like still being able to move forward and have fun with what you want to do, love to do.
Handling her business basically, and that's what they were instilling in. It was just like, I really like, the reason why I chose True Jackson VP is because of the mere fact of it was a black girl that like looked like me, basically like looked like me, you, and she was in a high position, something that a lot of us dream of. Like, she was a fashion vice president. Like, you got girls out here that want to be like world renowned, like fashion designers that are starting their own line. And most of the time, we don't even think about it. But I'm just like, what would most people say? Like, some shows that inspired them to even do stuff like that. Maybe somebody would say True Jackson and stuff. Like, girl, that's your step. Kiki's step. Kiki has had most of our childhood, if we're being honest. And,
Right.
like, they had some life lessons in there. I forgot them, but still.
No, they definitely did. Like, a lot of the life lessons were, like, really coming into your own as, like, a teenager type thing. Like, making your own decisions, choosing between work and play, mixing friends with your work. Like, little tidbits, difficulties.
Yeah, stuff happened. But enough about my show, because, hop off. I chose it. So, therefore, what about you?
I gotta say, The Proud Family. Now, The Proud Family, it showed so much of how we can have like a whole diverse community and still all work together, still all be friends, go to the same school, be able to hang out with like whoever, like just within Penny's friend group. You had the Latina, you had the different types of Black families, and then you also had the one Caucasian girl. Like I like the mixture, and they never like made it seem like one person was better than the other, but then they also like were able to like capture some of these like hard-hitting moments where it's like you should learn something from this. Like they always was teaching us stuff and just be like, ooh.
I think The Proud Family was the first TV show I saw talk about Black history. I think this was before, like, I think That's Ever had an episode like that or something. Like, that was before, but The Proud Family gave me my first episode, and then they also gave us the Kwanzaa episode. Girl, we know what Kwanzaa was, so.
It was that Kwanzaa. So I was literally just watching the Kwanzaa episode, like, last weekend. Like, it did show, it not only was telling us about Kwanzaa, but then informing us about, like, don't just be passing people up on the streets, like, because you never know what people are going through. You never know, like, why people are in the situations that they're in. Like, it's like, if you want to truly help someone out and, like, be able to be a light in somebody's life, you should do it and have great intentions for it. You don't have to, like, be about it all. And just, I love it. Because The Proud Family, they really cover, like, a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Like from, like, peer pressure to how to go about, like, finding your own, like, niche or, like, what you're good at, like that, like, and it was a great picture of just how you can have so many different cultures and you can still be, like, the best of friends with them.
Girl, Proud Family taught us a lot. Like, it's just a lot of shows. Like, you gotta think Proud Family, Ant Farm, Not So Raven, True Jackson's VP, Casey Undercover, like those type of shows, they like, and then most of the time those shows kept going. Not like people say, oh, it's kind of, oh, Just Jordan. I don't know if anybody remember that show, but it was on Nickelodeon. I like, those are shows that I really like, and those shows that I can get into, like Romeo's, like TV show and stuff. Like those shows went hard, and like those are classics. I'm gonna need Netflix to get together and hop on the wave of like putting these shows on there.
But weren't they on? A lot of them were on Nickelodeon, and I know they signed that Nickelodeon, so I'm gonna need them to hurry up and get all the shows on there.
Right. I'm gonna bring back my like the little bit of a childhood that I really got from that. Like, but you know, they're gonna be lost on the wave and just do it slowly and wait for something else to happen. Wait for us to keep. And we've been begging for it. We have been talking about it.
I mean, they done. I've been begging for them to put Zoe 101 on there, and that's like a different topic. But like, they haven't done it yet, and I'm just like, why? And it's like they literally don't have our favorite shows that we grew up watching. You know, it's like y'all got like a little, give us a little hint, a little sprinkle, but where's the flavor? You know.
Anyway,
What's the flavor?
Man, before you get into the fact of the reason why TV shows are have flavor today, let's get into Queen Things. So, I know you see the Proud Family reboot is coming to Disney Plus, and I think most of the characters come back reprising their roles, even in bringing in some new people. So let me put you on to it. Let me put you on. So our girl Kiki, you know, our good sis, she over here like she decided, oh, hey, I'm gonna pop out and come in with the show. So basically, Miss Kiki, okay, is gonna do the most. So Miss Kiki here has joined the cast Proud Family, and let me show you her character. She's down at the bottom. Baby, this character is perfect for her because of the mere fact of like Kiki, like she's been big on being active in like all these protests and like talking on social media, making sure she uses her popularity and all she has to make sure she get her message out there.
Definitely.
And
I know of her when she's in the front line talking to them. Who was
she said that's not enough.
She said that's not enough. You gotta walk with us. I need y'all to march with us.
Like forget the kneeling. Come march. That's basically what she that's what she said. She was like, because this didn't give me enough. And it's just like her giving her a 14-year-old activist, like legit. That right there, that alone says, okay, you see what Kiki out here doing. Mm-hmm. So therefore, I'm gonna give you a character that you can relate to most. And I like the style of this character. Like, look, come on, jeans, come on, like, come on, braids. Stop playing.
It's the two red braids in there for me. I love it. I love her. I love giving her this type of character because, like, if you think about it, with any character that Kiki portrays, she always puts a little bit of herself and a little bit of her personality into it, which gives it such a real feeling. And it's just love her for that. Like, I love that she does that whenever she has a specific character. Like, it makes it feel like, dang, you might just be real.
I know she's gonna put her foot in that character, and it's just like, that character is her.
It's literally, and I'm super excited. And usually I'm not excited about reboots because they like to mess them up. But I feel like since it's like mostly like the original cast coming back, and with, you know, Kiki's new character, I hope she's like a returning type character because they could do some.
Even her one and done ain't gonna be enough.
They could do something with her character, like.
I feel like they're gonna bring in like some aspects of the movement that's currently going on and put it in the show. And if somebody has something to say about it, then don't watch, because I'll happily be in my room watching with no hesitation. And it's just like, like you said, you don't like reboots. I can't stand reboots because it's just like they never do it right for me. And it's just like maybe it's because of the initial nostalgia that we get from the shows, but the initial nostalgia is what gives us the reason to want to go back and watch it. And speaking of go back and watch it, like let's get into the fact that Netflix out here putting they're putting 7 classics on their platform. So you got Moesha, you got One on One, you got Girlfriends, you got Sisters, you got Sister, you got Half and Half, and there's more coming. And it's like in the span of August and October, and it's just like
Girlfriends
I'm going to play a different world.
Girlfriends just they put it on there last weekend. Been watching Sister. Can't tell me nothing about my Miss Tia Tamara. Can't tell me nothing.
Man, it's just like we were too young to really understand most of the jokes that they had. It was just like that's crazy to me.
Back on that thing,
like this right here, this legit for me is like I love it because it's the mere fact of for that. It's like you got the game, yeah. It's not a classic per se, but you got it's there. It's up there, kind of.
It's pretty. No, me and my roommate, we definitely were watch like all seasons of the game within like a span of like 2 weeks. Like nothing on my girl Melanie.
I like how most of these shows are also connected. Like to think that the Girlfriends in the game is connected, and then it's like it's the nostalgia for me. And you don't even think it is.
Exactly, but then you also realize like how many of our favorite actors are portraying in a lot of these different shows. You feel like, wait a minute, you was just on that show and now you're a guest star on this show. Like the amount of times like we didn't realize before, like we seeing our favorite actors and actresses, like it's like love it.
Man, I like legit. And then it's like Twitter over here teaching me stuff because of the mere fact I did not know that the Parkers is a spinoff of the of Moesha. Like I really did not know that, and it's because of Kim was Moesha's best friend.
That's right. Didn't even think about that. Oh snap! Wait a minute. Learn something new every day.
Right, like Moesha and like Kim, like they were best friends and stuff. And when I saw like they said we're gonna go into Kim life now, I was like, oh okay, I like this, dude. Like I like how they're doing it, and I didn't like the aspect of people talking about we should do reboots. I'm like, no, please don't ruin what I love about these shows. Because if they do a reboot of Living Single and it's not a Living Single or a different world in any way, because they're already doing Grownish and they're trying to make that a different world. I love Grownish, but it's not a different world for me.
But
one, it's got a PWI.
You're right. I mean, also like, wasn't A Different World a spinoff of The Cosby Show?
Yes. They're trying to make that because of the fact that Blackish and Grownish are Grownish is a spinoff of Blackish, and I'm just like, I understand it, but I can't get into it.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, not everything reboot wise always good, but sometimes they do hit it on the mark. It just depends. It really just depends.
Now, like I like when most of the time fans are on like Twitter or Instagram and they're talking about like their idea of reboots that they would want to see. I'd be like, okay, I can get into this. I can watch this. I like this. Those type of things, I like those, but it's just like most of the time I can't get into it because they go a completely opposite direction. Like, okay, Raven's home and That's So Raven. I kind of like the two. I kind of like them. I didn't think I would at first.
I like it because of the way that they still incorporated the original characters. Like, I like how they did it. And I like that they have her son also having psychic powers. Like, because I don't know if you remember, But in That's So Raven, her grandmother had the same ability Raven had, and I kind of like that it's like getting passed on.
It's passed by generation, yeah.
Like that. I don't know.
I like how they kept the Devon storyline because
Yes.
like you knew Devon left.
Yes. I like that. I like how they have the aspect of it being a co-parenting situation and not just like, oh, the dad's nowhere to be found, this and that, he's a deadbeat, you know? Like, I like how it's definitely like he's involved in their childhood. He's like a parent that's present, has a whole thing going for him, and like they still have like a close friend relationship. Like I love the dynamic that they're portraying in the show.
Yeah.
I'm here for it all.
Not for it all, but okay.
Because some of the stuff they did have was like, oh my gosh, it's this. Because like now Disney's trying to do like this whole like we're gonna make everybody a singer type thing, and it's like
They've been doing that. So don't even play.
They've been doing it. No, it's honing in on it recently, and I'm like, whoa, it's a lot. But I mean, like, I like the different aspects of like the singing that they have in the show. Sometimes it's a little bit much, but it's like for the most part.
And I think that if they want to do reboots and you feel like you can do it well, I think, hey, do it for a while. And like I like how reboots are also giving people a chance, like giving other actors and not just leaving it to the original actors as well. Yeah. But hey, I just don't like how sometimes they go the wrong way with it. I just can't get into it. Like some of them, I don't think they can be rebooted either.
That because a lot of times with the reboots, they go to like they use a different writer, and then when you have like a different writer than the original time, it's like it brings a whole different vibe and a whole different like. So like that's why some reboots don't really make the cut. But sometimes they do the market. I don't know. It depends, because some things just don't need to be rebooted, and it's just like did it where y'all have.
What show do you think if they told you that they were rebooting it, you would say absolutely not?
They're not. That's a hard one.
Right.
Oh, I don't know.
I can give you one that you even said during this podcast.
Which one?
I cannot see them really rebooting The Fresh Prince. I just can't see it.
No. Maybe like
them going the correct way with it.
I can see a reunion type episode, but really so.
It's. Hold on. I'm back. Okay, go.
But no, Fresh Prince, like I could see them doing like a reunion type episode, maybe like a one episode type thing. Like that would be cute. But like season series reboot type thing, no, I wouldn't be with that at all. Like that would not work.
I don't think they would do it right, because I feel like they would try to do the whole thing where, okay, Will's kid is a new Fresh Prince. I'm just like, nah. You can't replace the Fresh Prince. It's not gonna work out.
Man, I mean, they can't. They can't. There's no way that not in the right way, And another one, Family Matters.
I remember them talking about that for a while, and I'm just like, I can't get into it.
Family Matters needs to be left where it is, because it's a classic. I feel like the straight up classics. They just can't do reboots of them, but like do like reunion episodes, like a one-time thing, but not a whole season or series. Like they would be messing up.
Honestly, I'm just like, what do you kind of see out of those type of shows, like where they did, I feel like the shows that did strong life lessons, like when they did the episode where like it's racially profiled and everything, I feel like you can't reboot those type of shows. Like I feel like if when that's like being black was basically being black in certain like neighborhoods, like being a black suburban family, when that was a big part of the whole show, I think you can't reboot those shows.
Yeah, it's just like some things. It's just like the when the lessons were taught and they was hit spot on, then like it just don't work. But that's enough. That's enough of us talking about our shows and everything. That's enough. Now it's time to get to since we're at the getting close to the end of our show, we have the segment, Let Me Put You On. So what we gonna do is we put you guys on to anything music, movies, books, shows, even everything entertainment. So I'll start it on off. I'm gonna put y'all on to like three things. So the first one is this guy. His name is Matt Q, and he is a singer. He just released a EP like last month, so like it was like August 28th, and it's called Midnight. You guys should check it out. It's on everywhere: Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, Google Play Music, and there's also a music video on YouTube. So yeah, y'all should do that, and follow him on Instagram at MattQOfficial. Yeah. Also, another one I want to put y'all on to. I'm gonna put y'all onto my boy Jacob Lattimore, okay? I know some of y'all like Jacob Lattimore, that like him all. Yes, Jacob Lattimore. That is, I love him, love his music, love his work. He released a little EP for his birthday, so that came out last month, August 7th. It's called Leo Season. It's a great R&B vibe, just like it's good for just a chill time. And also, speaking of Jacob Lattimore, he is also on the show The Chi, which also just got renewed for the 4th season. That is such a good show. If y'all ain't watching The Chi, it's on Showtime. Y'all should watch it. It's great. Just so y'all know.
Jasmine. So since Jasmine did her whole thing, let me put y'all on and let me take y'all back. So we all know 5th grade, 6th grade when Modest Behavior was out. And Modest Behavior, Jawan Harris, Jacob Lattimore, OMG Girls, all of that. Here she goes. I don't know about her. But basically, they're all doing their own thing, out here going crazy. But let me point out one thing that I know Jasmine will have a story about. She has 30 seconds to tell that story if she wants to tell it so bad. Princeton from Modest Behavior is actually making music, and me and Jasmine been listening to every now and then, like letting each other know, you can go listen to this, you can go listen to this. So Chew It Up by Princeton Perez. Yes. I like it. I just like the upbeat feel of it. I love the choreography of the music video, all of that. And then it was filmed in Atlanta.
Real.
Best city. You got 30 seconds so I can finish, please.
Hey! Anyway, what Nikki was mad about is I was on back here to New York City for college, and I'm in the airport minding my own business, scrolling on Instagram, and Princeton's video comes up on my feed. Next thing I know, I get a tap on my arm, and he's like, that's my song. And I was like, I almost lost my cool. I did. And first of all, I'm a great friend because I knew Nakira would, you know, she would see my Instagram because I definitely posted a video of me meeting him. I knew she would be all mad if I didn't try to at least get in touch with her. I was calling her, I was texting her, but she ain't answer only because it was like 8 in the morning. But you know, I always
Sunday. On a Sunday.
Sunday. That's the thing, was a Sunday. But I was just like, ooh, like this is crazy. I'm in the TSA line just on my Instagram, and Princeton of all people just happens to be behind me.
Let's just get into the fact that every time I speak up something for Jasmine, it happens. Like she's met everybody. So therefore, I'm not speaking up Jacob Lattimore for her, because if she meets him, then I'm just gonna go ahead and just say that I'm the reason why Jasmine gets to meet celebrities. Anyway, so my next song is definitely Drake and Lil Durk on Laugh Now Cry Later. It's been on repeat lately for me. I really don't know why.
It's a good song.
It's a good song. I don't know why it's been on repeat, because there's nothing that's been happening to me for me to really like listening to it. But I just love the song. I love the video, and you know, I love me a little Durk. Like that's how I do. But and then my last one, you know, I gotta give it up to the Alabama native, Miss Flo Milli, because she was doing her thing, and it's just like me and my friends, we talk about her all the time. It's just like she really doing her thing for her to be so up and coming. Like she going crazy.
Yes, I do. She gives you that type of vibe where it's just like you just want to get them party. Like if her and Rico Nasty was to ever do a collab, that song would be it. It would be it, hands down.
All the parties will be playing them. Like I feel like when I end up actually going back to school, because you know, staying home this semester, which yeah. But I'm gonna go back, and when I eventually go back, and we have like choreographed Wednesdays and stuff. I feel like they're gonna be playing Flo Milli, and I would be here for every second of it, and I would be rapping every second of her song, because that like I just love Flo Milli, and I love her music right now. Like I love how she don't play. I feel like she's really gonna be something big, especially when we come out of quarantine. Like not quarantine, because y'all are not taking it serious. It doesn't matter, y'all. But when everything starts getting better, and then like people, there are more concerts, and like it's a lot more gatherings we do again, I feel like she's gonna be having a lot of concerts, and she's gonna do like big things, and I really am excited to see. But that is all I have, because I don't talk as much as Jasmine.
You know, but I like forgot one person I want to put y'all on to, and this is someone that both me and Nakira know. It's an old friend from high school. His name is Nate Haydel. He is an phenomenal singer. He came out with a song called Steal Away, and there's also a music video to it on YouTube, and I know I think it's available on like Spotify, I think like Amazon Prime Music.
Also produced by our boy Alex. You know, gotta take it back.
It's that.
Alex Cates, he do his thing. He's releasing a lot of music too. Like over this whole time, you know, being productive like some of y'all need to be, but okay.
Not calling folks out.
Anyway, so that is the end of our show today. So thank you for tuning in. Jasmine, do your thing.
All right, guys. Yes, thank you for tuning in. Tune in next Saturday for a new video. We got some great content coming for y'all. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. Share this with your friends, with your family, with your uncle, your cousin, your roommate if you're in college. You know, just a random stranger on the street. Just be like, hey, go watch my code. That's all I gotta say to it. But thanks, guys. See you guys next Saturday.
Bye.